Good morning, sixth grade. We have a fast forward Friday on a Thursday today, Mr. McCaffrey. And I want to give a special thanks to teachers because students, listen, the past 2 weeks, the weather has been getting a little better. Quarter three has ended and we are into the final quarter of the year. And it's been getting a little wild in school. Miss Cyber has done an expectations review with you, and we want to make sure we understand, you students understand, we have very high expectations. The PBIS expectations, be here, be ready, be respectful, are very important to us. We want those to be, philosophies that you use for life, and especially here at school. Your teachers commit a lot of time to you. They put forth all their effort. They work at night. They wake up early. They're here every day to work with you to make you a better student and a better person. Okay. They spend the majority of their day is spent with you. All right. So let's show them the respect they deserve as we continue into this fourth quarter. I'm going to show the PowerPoint. As I do that, students, I really, really need you to understand that it is the fourth quarter and it is the most important quarter, whether we're playing sports or in school. Fourth quarter is the most important quarter, especially when we're talking about academics, okay? If you are concerned about your grades from quarters 1, 2, or 3, listen up closely. All right. If you're concerned about your grades, the best thing you can do is prove to your teachers you belong in seventh grade by doing well this quarter. Okay. Doing well in the fourth quarter sets you up for summer, to enjoy the summer, to not have to maybe come to summer school, and to go on to seventh grade. This fourth quarter is the most important quarter of the year. So let's try our hardest. If you have questions, you can ask me, you can ask Ms. Seibert, Dr. Hill, especially your teachers. We're here to support you. But students, I can't express that enough. Your behavior, your academics, it's all leading up to fourth quarter, okay? We're supposed to be improving as we go along. Right now, our behavior's kind of been going, trickling about going down, but it's solid. But let's push it back going up. Let's prove to everybody in our school that you know how to behave in sixth grade. Let's get those grades going right. So something we can do, I can do as your counselor to help you, okay, is, as you can see on the screen, is goal setting. We talked about this back in quarter one, maybe a little quarter two, but there's never a more important time to talk about it than right now at the start of quarter four. Okay. And when we set goals, remember, it's not you saying, I want to grow up to be a veterinarian. All right. We're talking about specific goals. Okay. Specific goals where we can lay out steps in a certain timeline to achieve that. And we'll go over that in this lesson. I'm going to do my best not to make it long. I will send this PowerPoint to teachers. So if I miss or go through something, you can do it if you're watching this video. Special shout out to Miss Mann, as always. Miss Mann, thank you. Thank you so much for your support in her class. Also, shout out to Miss Sprinkle's class, Miss Johnston's class, Miss Boyd's class. Everybody gets a shout out. Thank you all so much, students. I really do appreciate all the support. It helps me a lot. So, opening circle, and teachers, you're probably just gonna have to pause me. I'll read the question, and then you can pause me to have the discussion with the students. So what is something that I would like to improve for fourth quarter? All right, you see the example. I think this is a great one: to sleep better. Okay, I turn my phone off every night at 9 p.m. That's a great example. So hopefully you had a discussion about this. If not, you can pause me now to have your discussion, but I will continue on to get through this. There's a good amount of slides, teachers, because we do break it down. but I'm going to go ahead and get through this. So students, listen up. Hopefully you can hear me well. Benefits of setting goals. There's some amazing benefits. It's proven, whether you're focused on academics, focused on music, focused on art, focused on sports, there's benefits to setting goals. It has a positive change in your life. All right. You're trying to reach something by working harder, usually, and that's a positive thing. Goals give you something to aim for. All right. And there's an old saying, I don't know how old, hopefully you students have heard it. If you shoot for the stars, you'll land on the moon. All right. That means you want to set your goals really high. Like, I want straight A's. But if you don't reach it, maybe you got 3 A's and 2 B's, which is still pretty good. I would take that. Okay. So aim high, go for it. But if you don't reach it, you're still okay. That's kind of the idea there. Accomplishing your goals is a combination of making different decisions or habits each day. And students, that sentence is very powerful. We are who we are, but our habits define us, okay? A lot of you students have a habit right now of throwing your hood up. I've heard from your mouth, it's just a habit, I can't help it. Well, here's a chance for you to set a goal that you will not rock your hood every single time you leave class. All right, set your goal. All right, and let's work towards it. Now here's a class discussion question. What other benefits are there to setting goals? And I'll let y'all pause me. Okay, so part of the goal setting, and this is an important part, and we're going to break this down even more, students, but part of the goal setting is breaking down big tasks into smaller tasks by setting smaller goals. Okay, so here's the example. Instead of saying, I'm going to study for my ELA quiz tonight, all right, you got to chunk it down, break it down. You are going to say, I'm going to memorize 10 vocab words tonight, okay? Or I'm going to make 10 flashcards to focus on this subject, all right? So here's the discussion question. How would changing the sentence help you study or do homework? So think about, instead of saying, I'm going to study for math tonight, I'm going to do 5 example problems from the study guide. Your turn to think of some examples, students. You can pause me. Okay. All right. Now, students, this is a big part of it. Teachers know all about this, and you probably have signs up in your classroom showing this. Hopefully, you've heard of SMART goals before. All right. I'll run through it real quick. You can see it on the slide. Teachers, if you want to fast forward a couple minutes and skip this part, that's up to you. But all right, a SMART goal really breaks it down, students. It helps. It's not just saying, I want to get straight A's, okay? It's really about breaking it down even more and being specific, okay? A specific goal and a narrow goal, all right? About what you want or who it is. But beyond that, you want it to be measurable, meaning you can define how you're making progress and how you can like reevaluate it, okay? You want to make sure it's reasonable. If you have failed multiple classes, it might not be reasonable to say I want straight A's, okay? Now remember, a 70 is passing. We have high expectations. I think the minimum everyone should put is like a 78. If depending on who you are, a lot of you have your own reasonable goal at like a 95 probably. So you have to really look inward and think, what would my mom, dad, grandma, what would my guardian be happy with? All right, what would I be happy with? Or what is something that I think is obtainable? Okay, it has to be above a 70, has to. That's passing. So we need everybody to pass. Okay, that's an important part of it. But above that kind of depends on where you're at and what expectations people in your life have of you. Okay. We want your goals to be relevant. We want your goals to relate to your values and your long-term objectives, okay? We want them to be able to be within a time frame. All right, your goals want to include a date, which in this case, if it's academics, it's before March 20th or May 20th, sorry, May 20th, basically is the end of school, like May 25th or May 23rd maybe. So it needs to be before that. And if you think about it, students, that's 2 months. I think we have less than 50 days of school. All right. I don't know about you. That makes me sad, students. It really does. We're going to miss you all this summer. But that means we have 50 days left with you until we have a lot of change going on in our community. Okay. We love working with you, students. So let's look at this. Teachers, the next slide, I give them time to make the goals. Teachers, you probably have some things to add to this. Feel free to pause and add, but we will continue forward. So, if your goal, here's an example, students, I'll read this example for you. If your goal is to increase class participation, maybe your teacher said, hey, I would like to see you participate more in class, just to show the teacher you're engaged. If you're someone who sleeps a lot in class, this is a great way to prove to your teachers that you're learning, all right? And learning is a big objective of being in school, students. It's the main objective. All right. You want to go to 7th grade, we need you to learn in 6th grade. So by participating, you're showing your teachers you're learning. All right. So if your goal is class participation, the specific, the S in SMART, I will raise my hand more when the teacher asks for answers from the class. Measurable. By the end of the week, I will have raised my hand at least 5 times to answer questions, which with 2 classes a week, that means you're raising your hand 2 or 3 times per class period. It's achievable. I'll keep a tally sheet of all the times I raise my hand. And you can do that on a little side section of your notebook. Doesn't have to be a whole sheet of paper. Just right on the side, you can put hand raised and keep little tallies. Relevant. I will gain more confidence in what I know and in public speaking. This is a great benefit of the goal. By raising your hand more, by speaking, you do become more confident. And in this world, in this pandemic time, we need you students to socialize more. So I think this is a great goal for anybody who either is sleeping in class, hopefully not, or doesn't participate, or maybe is nervous about talking out loud, which, to be honest, students, I know that's the case. So that's a great objective. And then the last one, time bound. I'll start keeping a tally sheet on Monday, and I will count the tallies on Friday after school. And in this case, Thursday, but next week it'll be Friday, depending on the virtual days. So you want to make sure you check it every week type of thing. You don't want to go all month and then try and break it down, because your goal is 5 times like in a week. Okay. So we want to make them specific. And as you can see, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, SMART goals. All right, students. So here's the thing. This is an example for completing assignments. Teachers, you can pause me here and have the students read this. Okay, if you've unpaused it. I don't know why I pause. Sorry, teachers, it's been a long day. I don't have to pause when you pause. So this is another example, students, and this is what we want you to do, okay? So going to the next slide. Here it is. What is a possible SMART goal you could write for this quarter? How can you accomplish this goal? What daily decisions or habits would you need to form or maintain to accomplish this goal? All right, students, we really want to see growth in you this year. It's been a very interesting year. We haven't been able to work with you students as much as we typically do because of COVID, because of the masks. We've been more removed. So we really want you to work on this goal here today. If we need to use the class period, teachers, I know we're early in the quarter. Later in the quarter, we will use this period as a study hall. If you need to now, that's fine. But I think this would be a great assignment to work through with students to really dig in and get detailed Students, we need y'all to focus in, man. Some of you boys and girls, but I know some of you boys are having a lot of fun in class. Okay. Miss Carr likes to have fun too, boys, but it's a little too much fun. We got to focus in. If you want to move to 7th grade, we got to focus in. We need to see y'all learning. We need to see y'all focusing in class. We got to see it. We just do. So I believe this is the last slide. I'm going to leave this up. I'll finish it up by saying something about my background. Miss Neesmith, what's going on? We know I'll put anything on it. Gonzaga's going to win. Miss Neesmith, I will put some Reese's Pieces cups that I agree with Gonzaga's going to win. So if anyone thinks they're not, come talk to me. We'll figure something out. The students, let's take this serious. This is a big deal, 4th quarter. Because of everything we've been through this year, this 4th quarter means more than everything. Let's focus in, lock into your grades, lock into your behavior, and really, let's have a good 4th quarter. We're here for y'all. We're here for you, students. Everyone have a good Thursday. All right.